is Jill. Thank you for joining me. Let's begin with a moment of centering and grounding, where we can sit still, we can guide those shoulders back over the hips to engage the belly, and give ourselves some time to connect with our breath. Pausing the video if necessary, giving yourself a few minutes to find your breath. So as we start to breathe in and out, we want to incorporate a little bit of belly movement into our breathing if we can. If not the belly, work from your diaphragm if at all possible. Just trying to connect that inhale by filling up a little bit, bringing in some movement, and guiding the breath up into the chest from there. And then we exhale back out all the way till we're completely empty and begin again. So take your time in doing this before you're ready to bring in any movement. As we start to begin, we're going to lift the arms up with a deep breath in, where we lift the ribs a little bit away from the hips and get nice and tall through the back and core. And let's exhale those hands back down to the floor with a full breath out. Good. Inhale back up, full breath in, and then an exhale back out all the way down. Coming back up to the top, inhale, reach. Let's twist all the way over to the right, wringing out, keeping the belly engaged and the ribs soft as we lower the hands. That right hand will move behind the hip. Press your right hand into the floor to lift up a little bit. Take your inhale, scooping the belly, and exhale to a twist. Guiding your gaze over your shoulder, holding here for 3 full breaths. Exhale back to center. Circle the arms up, deep breath in. Hold here, and let's go to the left. Again, scooping the belly, keeping the ribs soft. Lower your arms. Left hand to the floor, press and lift. Take your breath in and exhale to twist. Guiding your gaze over the shoulder, holding here for 3. Good. Exhale back to center. Let's take the right leg to the front. So we're going to remain cross-legged or in Sukhasana. We'll bring the hands to the mat in front of us. So let's pull the palms towards us without actually moving them. We just get that tilt in our pelvis. If we apply a little pressure to the hands and pull inward, that will take the chest forward. We'll start to engage the lower back and deepen the fold. From there, lengthen, pushing your heart out. Walk the hands out. So you can come down as low as you can, bringing in a block for your elbows if you need to, or dropping down to your lower arms. Holding right here, opening up this right hip, stretching out into the lower back a little bit. We'll hold here. Stay with this posture, holding for 5 full breaths, and keeping in mind the rhythm of your breathing as we practice and build up a little bit of speed and heat. On your exhale, let's round back up. So belly pulls in, we round the spine, walk the hands back up to our seated position. Now let's take the left leg forward. Same thing, hands to the mat, pull them in to help tilt your pelvis. Push the heart out and reach with a nice long back as you come down. Deepening the stretch as we go. Holding right here, keep connected to your breathing. Let's stay here for 5 more full breaths. So allowing the hips to relax, tuning into how we're feeling on the back, in the back on this side. Good. Let's round, belly pulls in, and we come all the way back up to the top. Good. Right leg will come out to straight, and we'll send that left leg in right to the inner thigh. Okay? The toes are going to pull back a little bit. If you need a soft bend in your knee, go right ahead. Let's lengthen out again. We feel the sit bones beneath us. We lengthen up from there. Take your inhale, reach. Now let's try to find our fold right at the crease of our hip. Push your heart towards your toes. Lengthen and reach all the way down. Now whether your hands come to your toes or not, that's fine. You can place them to the mat beside your lower leg as well. We don't want to pull too hard and stretch too far before our bodies are ready for it, okay? So just holding right here, Breathe into it. We can reach a little longer, pulling those palms back while they stay static. Reach the heart towards the toes, lengthening away from the hips a little bit, and then find your fold again, right at the crease of your hip as you come down. Soften the shoulders. Let's hold here for 3. Let's turn the palms to face the foot, challenging our lower back here. Pull your belly in. We round the spine and we stack leg blocks. Press into your sit bones, lift and hold the rib. Hold yourself nice and high here, lifting the ribs. Left leg comes out, right leg comes in. Let's find our fold again. Take your breath in, nice and tall. Find that fold right at the hinge of your hip, heart forward, coming all the way down. Good. Again, lowering those hands where you find most comfort here. Okay? So just taking our time to lengthen out through the back of this left leg, giving ourselves that room, palms to the mat if you like, pulling towards you, reaching, lengthening, and coming back down into a deeper fold. And finding your breath, always being aware. Let's turn the hands to face the foot, challenging the back. Belly pulls in, round up, all the way to the top. Hold here. Good. Exhale, all the way back down to your mat. Let's cross the ankles and we'll come to a tabletop position. So in tabletop, we want to have the arms and the upper legs stacked and start with a nice flat back, okay? As we push the heart forward, the belly button will drop and the tailbone will lift, coming into a back bend. This is our cow posture. Now as we tuck the tail, we round. We really want to pull in through those lower abs, round all the way up to the shoulders. Push into the mat. This is our cat. Coming back into cow. Inhale, heart leading. Tail lifts. Good. And on the exhale, tuck and round and lift. So we want to try to be fluid and really soft and relaxed through the back here as we transition back and forth. This is a great way to warm up your back in the morning if you're really tight from sleep. One more time, coming through, leading with the heart. Inhale, drop the belly. Good, and then a tuck of the tail, we round and we lift. Good. Let's come back to a flat back. And we're gonna walk the knees in so they touch. We're gonna walk the toes in so they touch. And then let's look back to the right foot. And as we're doing this, we're gonna drop our hips to the left. Press firm into that left arm, keeping it straight and strong. We're going to drop those hips as far as we can, and this will open up the whole side of us, up our left side. Good. Tightening up, squeezing into those obliques to bring those hips back to center, and we rock it to the other side. Firm and strong through that right arm to hold us steady here. Holding for a bit longer. Good. Squeezing into those right sides. Back up to a center position. Let's walk the knees out underneath the hips. Then we're going to work on some balance here, maintaining stability on the left and right sides of our body at the same time. So we're going to send the right leg out first. Bring it out to hip height and point your toe. Hold your leg right there. You can ground down through the top of your left foot a little bit. Weight goes to this right arm, and then we're going to reach left, right out through center here. Now when we're holding here, we want to really incorporate a lot of lengthening in the back and in the spine. So just holding here, again, focusing that breath right down through the center of your body as you hold here. 3 more. Great job. Let's take it to a diagonal. Hold it right here. We want to feel that squeeze in the glute as we stay. 3 more. Bring it back to center. Nice high lift with that arm and that leg. Hold the leg up high, and that left hand will stay back, come back down onto the floor. Let's roll those shoulders in and put the creases of our elbows straight out off the front of our mat. Lift this right leg nice and high, and we're gonna drop down for push-up. Okay? Press into the floor, back up to straight arms, knee to nose, we round and tuck. Come right back out, lift the leg nice and high. Exhale, lower down, inhale, back up. Exhale, come in for crunch. Inhale, back out to full extension. Lower down again. Back up. Exhale. Inhale. Coming down again. Good. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Lower down. And press back up. Exhale. Now pause. We're going to take that right foot past the left thigh and find a pigeon pose. So the left leg's going to slide all the way back. Find some grounding there at the top of the thigh, the knee, and your foot. Let's take the hands in underneath the shoulders. We're going to press up till we can kind of float those hips up and off of the floor, and then lean back where the shoulders line up over the hips, and we sink ourselves right back down into the posture. Okay, so we're coming into a little bit of a back bend here, holding, letting the weight of our upper body push us back to the floor. Let's hold here for 3. Good. Waving through, we lead with our heart on this one. Reach, nice and long, over that front leg. Flat palms here. Now let's round and tuck the chin. Elbows in, press into the floor, and come right back up to your straight arms. 2 more just like that. Reach, nice and long over that front leg. Round out, and come right back up to our starting position. Good. One more time, and then we can stay. Reach, nice and long. So we come down, come back to those lower arms, and we rest here on the elbows. Okay, or you can lower down all the way as we stay. Now while we're in pigeon, we want to try to maintain square hips. So if you find that you're leaning way over to the right, we want to turn the left hip in a little bit so it's aiming down and that kneecap is right down onto the floor. Okay? So holding here for stretch. Find your breath as we stay. In these static postures, this gives us these times to recenter the body, reconnect with our breathing, and refocus on physically where we are in our space here. So taking our time here for 3 more. Nice, guys. Let's take the hands in underneath the shoulders, and we're going to press back up to straight arms. Okay, so let's lean right. So this left leg can come back around to the front. We're going to stack the knees. Okay, so whether or not you can be in this position, you can still get a good stretch into this left hip. Okay, so whether you're here or any variation as far out to here, you'll still get that stretch with the leg that's on the top, okay? So find that distance between your knees that you're looking for, and then we're gonna lengthen up through the back right here. On the exhale, forward fold. Let your arms come in front for support, and come down just as far as you comfortably can. This is an intense stretch for this left hip, so you might not need to come down all the way. So just holding here. Deep breaths in and out. On the inhale, let's walk it back up to a seated position. Very nice. Let's uncross the legs, and we'll come back to a tabletop position here. Okay, so we're going to work on our balance on the other side. So we start again with the flat back, and the upper legs are stacked. Okay, and then we're going to send the left leg out. You can ground through that top of your right foot. Send a little weight over to the right arm, and we're going to reach or the left arm, excuse me, and we're gonna reach right. So here, keeping long through the belly, keeping long through the back, holding right here. Keep reaching out with your pointy toe. 2 more. And out to our diagonal line. Hold right here. Full deep breaths, right up and down the middle. Good. And back to center. Nice high lift. Hold that leg and bring the arm back to the floor. So we roll those shoulders in and come down to our push-ups. A lot of weight in the arms here. Push down into the floor and back up. Knee to nose. Round. And send it right back out. Nice and high. And press down. And press up. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, nice high lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. And exhale out. Bringing it in again. Drop it down. And up. Pull in for a crunch. Rounded high back. Good, 2 more. Lift up high. Drop it down. And back up. Pulling in. Good. Back up to the top. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hold. Find your pigeon. That left foot goes past the right thigh. The right leg will slide all the way back. Okay. Finding that grounding here through the right side. Let's take the hands in under the shoulders. Press yourself up. Lift. We float a bit. We let the shoulders roll back. Lean on over your hips and lower yourself back down. Good. Holding right here for our back bend. You can let your head roll back if you would like. Soften the shoulders. Wave through for 3. Reach. Nice and long out over that front leg. Flat palms. Elbows in. Tuck and round. Back up to the top. 2 more wave throughs just like that. Reach. So as we lengthen and we reach away from the hips, we get that deeper stretch in the hamstring on this left side. 1 more time to stay. Reach out. And let's lower down with support from our arms. Good. Just allowing ourselves to reconnect. Find your breathing. Check in with your hip alignment. If we're leaning way left, we turn that right hip in a little, which will take the left side up a bit. Okay? Holding right here. Trying to find a little release with every exhale out. Stay for 5 more right here. Following that breath. Good. Let's bring the hands in under the shoulders and we'll press ourselves back up to straight arms. So let's lean over to that left side. So the right leg can swivel to the front. So again, find that distance between your knees that works best for you. Okay? Just allowing that right leg to remain on the top to get the stretch on the side we need. Okay, so let's find that length. Lift up, nice and tall. Try to find that fold right at your hip. Heart leading, nice and long coming down. Arms are in front for support for you. And lower down as far as you need to go to get the stretch you're looking for. Holding right here. Let's remain here for 3 more full breaths. As always trying to incorporate that belly movement if you can. Coming up, rounded, belly pulls in, and we come back up to seated. Let's find half boat from here. So we uncross, give your legs a little shake out if you need to, and then we're going to come to a half boat position. So we start off with the feet in front of the knees, and we take the hands to the creases of the knees. So when we lean back, we want to lean back to that soft patch right behind the sit bones and right in front of the tip of your tailbone. Then the ankles will come up to knee height, and we hold right here. Pull against your legs to draw the chest forward. Drop your shoulders down and back and engage all the way down your spine. Let's hold right here. Bring your arms to a T. So we're going to lift up on the inhale, reach, and back to a T. Exhale it out. Bring it in. So we rock back a little onto the sacrum here to trigger some core activity, and then rock it forward. Inhale up, and then bring it back down. Exhale in, rock it back, and inhale up. Good. And bring it back again. Rock it, and back up to the top. Good. 3 more, just like that. Bring it in, rock, and up to the top. 2, and up to the top. Very nice. Last one. Good. And all the way up. Deep breath in, and exhale. Feet and hands to the floor. Reverse tabletop, palms flat behind you. We roll the shoulders in. Feet in front of the knees. When we lift the hips, the knees are going to move over the ankles. Take your inhale, lift up. Come into your reverse table. I love this one because it really stretches out my shoulders nicely, and it opens up the chest to counter all that upper back rounding that we all have so much of. So as we plant the palms, lift the heart a little higher. Let's hold for 3. Good. Send some weight to the right foot. The left leg extends out to straight. Hold. Very nice. Bring it in. Other side. Weight to the left foot. Very nice. Bring it in. Lower down all the way. Let's cross the ankles. We'll come forward again to a tabletop position. So let's stack the arms. Middle finger will lead, shoulders over wrist. So when we come into a plank position, let's take the knees back just for a modified plank. When we come into a plank, and you're very new at it, I see a lot of dropping the chest. The shoulder blades pull together, and the whole back is like not helping, not working, not engaged. So think about, while we're here, instead of right here, pushing into the floor, lifting the shoulders, lifting the chest, lifting and opening the upper back. So we go from here to here, where there's space between the shoulder blades. And imagine my hand at your spine between your shoulder blades, and I'm telling you, lift, okay? Right from this point, lift, okay? So that will open and round your upper back and give you more power and stability in your plank position. So let's find our plank here, legs out to straight. From here to here, okay? We're gonna hover the right toes and bring that knee in to kiss the elbow. Bring it in. Now we isolate the movement, send it back out. Let's try to keep the body stable. 2, 3, 4, 5. Push back to a downward dog. Walking out the legs a little bit. Let's lift up onto the balls of the feet. Start to tuck the tailbone. So we want to tuck so we feel the lower belly tighten. And then from there we round as high as we can with our high cat back as we come forward over our wrists. Top of a push-up. Float the left foot. Isolate the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push back to downward dog. Walk out your legs. Very nice. Let's take the right leg up to hip height. Hold right here. So we're going to lift up onto the ball of the left foot. Again, to trigger core and to give us a little extra room. Exhale through. Find your lunge. Okay. Holding your lunge, we're going to tap down with this left knee. Kiss the mat and back to straight. Reach and push up through your heel. Coming down again for 2 and reach. 3 and reach. 4 and reach. 5 and reach. Back down to the knee, the top of your foot. Let's plant the left palm right on the mat. Line it up under your shoulder. The right arm will reach up for twist. So when we twist here, we want to keep the weight in the front leg if we can in our lower lunges. And we want to work on bringing those shoulder blades together and stacking the arms the best we can. Let's hold right here for 3. Very nice. Circle your hand back to the mat. Right leg will push to straight. Keep your foot flat against the floor if you can. Nice and round through the upper back. Now let's take the hands in under shoulders. Push into the mat. Lift your spine, lift your belly up away from that leg. Round and pull the belly back. Take an inhale, reach away from your hips, guiding the right hip back a little bit at the same time as we lengthen away. And then find that fold again, right at your hip. Coming down as low as you can. From there, you'll find yourself having more room to bring your hands forward. Holding right here. Three more full breaths to stay. Good. Come back into your right leg. Find your lunge. Let's curl your toe. Lift your back knee. Now this left foot's going to step forward. Find a forward fold at the front of your mat. Your second toe will lead. Spread out your toes and find your feet underneath your hips. Let yourself hang. Soft knees if you need them. Just notice the sensation in your back and in your legs. We're going to deepen here as we come up again. Soft knees. Belly pulls back. We're going to round the spine. Come all the way up to a standing position. Inhale to the top. Deep breath in. Hold right here. Let's ground through the feet. Find your nice tall bodies here. Lengthen up. We're going to sit down into a chair. So the weight goes into your heels mostly, and the toes remain on the floor, but they're soft. Bend your knees. Keep them hips width apart, and hold right here. So the heart leads, you still have that curve in your lower back. The booty's popping out a little bit back there. And we keep ourselves right here stabilized for 3 more. Good. Let's push all the way to straight legs. Inhale up. Let's find that lift and that length. Hip over heel, nice and long with the back. Heart leading all the way back down into our forward fold. Give yourself this moment here to feel the change in the body. Let's take one halfway lift. Hands to the shins so we don't push into our legs. We just place the hands there and then push ourselves by lifting the chest and back up to us straight arms. Hold here where the shoulders are back down from the ears. One more breath. Exhale, slide it down. Find that fold at the hinge of your hip, all the way back down. Good, let's bend at the knees. Plant your palms. Lift your heels. Now from here, stepping or jumping, finding a plank. All the way back to the top of a push-up, and then we'll push back to a downward dog from there. Adjusting your footing and your arms if you need to. We'll take the left leg up next. Bring it up to hip height. Hold right here. So we're going to lift up onto the ball of the right foot. Engaging those lower bellies. Take an exhale, push through, find your lunge. Okay, so we're gonna stack the knee over the ankle. Let's tap down for 5 with that right leg. Inhale and out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Back down onto that knee, top of your foot back there, and this left leg will press to straight. So let's walk those hands back and under shoulders. Lift up and round out, pulling that belly in. Take your inhale as you pull the left hip back, reach away at the same time. Lengthening your spine. Find the fold, exhale, coming down. Notice all the room you have to bring your arms forward. Deepening those hammies. Take another inhale, guiding yourself a little longer if you like. Left hip pulls back just a tiny bit, and we come deeper into the fold. Let's take the right hand, flat palm against the floor. Inhale, reach up. Good. Stacking the shoulders, pulling in through the upper back. Keep your eyes up towards the sky. 2 more to stay. Very nice. Left hand back to the floor. Let's find that inhale, lengthen, reach. Left hip pulls back, forward fold, right down through center. We have that rounded back, the belly's pulled in. Take another breath in. Exhale, lengthen and fold. We find that fold, we walk the hands forward. Hold it right here. Good. 3 more deep breaths to stay. Let's come back into this left leg. Find your lunge. Curl your toe, lift the back knee, step it forward. Find your forward fold, feet underneath the hips. Soft knees if you need them. Find your fold, let your upper body hang. Swan dive up, so the belly pulls in. We're rounded through the back. Come all the way up to the top. Inhale, reach. Very nice. Exhale, arms to the sides. Good, coming up again. Inhale, reach. Good. And arms come to the side. Good. Let's find a chair again, and we're going to switch it up a little bit. So again, we want to rest the weight into the heels of our feet. Start to bend your knees and keep them hips width apart. So we're going to practice isolating the movement here on one leg and then the other. So let's send a little weight over to the left side. Okay? The right side is going to come back. We're going to touch the big toe to the mat and bring it back up. Keeping that big toe touching, bring it back and in. So the whole time, this left leg stays in like that half chair pose with that bend in the knee. Keep bringing it back. Again. And forward, again, and forward. Keep going with it. 3 more. Isolating the movement, finding our balance. Beautiful. Both feet to the floor, press up to straight. Realign your feet. We'll find our chair again. Little bend. Send weight to the right foot. And we bring it back, kind of find our space back there. Tap the toe and bring it forward. And back. And forward. Keep going. Isolating this one side. The rest of the body stays perfectly still. Good. 3 more. 2, 3, Beautiful. Foot to the floor, press it up. Inhale, reach. Exhale to the sides. Good. One more time, up to the top. Inhale, reach. Let's take the left hand to the right wrist. And we're going to pull this right arm over to the left as the hips go to the right, coming into a bow. We want to keep the chest open and try to keep the shoulders over the hips and really just tighten up through that right side. 2 more. Good. And back to the top. Switching sides. Left arm, we pull to straight. Hips go left. Holding here. Good. And back to the top. Circle the arms down. Good. Let's widen our stance so our feet are just off the mat. Okay. We're going to turn the toes out about 45 degrees. And then we're going to try to line up those shoulders over the hips. So we can see our straight back and we tuck the tailbone. If you notice, if you tuck your tailbone, it tightens up right down here in your lower belly. We want to keep that engaged and then start to bend the knees. Now doing our best to keep the knees over the ankles, lower down till your thighs are parallel with the floor, okay? Adjusting your footing. If you need to walk it out a little bit, go ahead and walk it out. We want to keep that tail tucked and keep the shoulders back, okay? Now we're going to just take the hands right here to the hip and pulse down for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back up to straight and pause. Good. Adding in some side body here. We're going to drop back down. Exhale. Hold. Hands behind the head. We're going to take the elbows back. So we want the neck to remain soft. Elbows back away from our peripheral. We're going to rock it over to the right. Side body, obliques, back up to the top. Now as we go to the side where we're weighting in, here left, press into your left foot to help you back up. And then we go to the right. Press into the right foot, back up. Take it back to the left and back up. Keep it going. Back up to the top, 2 more. Here we go. And over to the right. 1 more time. Keep it up. Last one. Beautiful. Straight legs, toes forward, and a forward fold. Giving yourself a moment here to relax your legs. And move your hips around, shifting your weight back and forth. Let's C-curve over to the right. So our hips stay square. And we walk our hands over to the right foot, curving the spine, keeping this left hip pulled back a little bit. Take a breath in, reach, and exhale, fold. Checking in that you have equal weight in your toes and in your heel. To get the deepest stretch, back to center. Take a breath in, over to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Very nice. Back to center. We're going to shift weight to the right leg. As low as you can go, keeping the left foot flat, and then shift it over to the other side. Get as low as you can until you can feel that stretch down your inner thigh, and then keep it going, rocking it to the other side. Feeling it right down the inside of the leg. And shift it back over, and shift it back over. Good, and keep it going. Very nice. 1 more to the left. Back to center. Good. Keep your hands on the floor. Turn the toes out. Back to pulses. Drop it down lower this time. See if you can get those hips below the knees. And then we'll pulse it down for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Line up your arms. 1, 2, 3, jump into plank. Keep your back nice and straight. Try to rung it to the floor. On the inhale, cobra lift. Soft shoulders here. Exhale, back down. Okay, let's take it up again. Inhale, reach. And exhale, back down. One more time. Come to your edge. Hold it here. Let's float the legs. Bring the arms to a T. Pull in through between the shoulder blades. Hold it. Very nice. Draw those hands in back under the shoulders. As the toes land, have them land curled. Push it all the way back up to the top of a push-up and press it back to downward dog. Walking out the legs. Very nice. High cat to plank. We lift up onto the balls of the feet. We tuck the tail. We round forward. Find the top of a push-up. Now you can modify by bringing your knees down if you would like. Take the left hand over the right. The right hand will come off the mat. We lower down and press back up. Right hand crisscrosses, left hand off the mat. Bring it down and back up. Keep it going. Right hand off the mat, down and up. Keep your back straight as you can. Power through, pushing into the floor on the way down and on the way up. Keep it going. Few more here. One more to the left. And back up to the top. Great job, guys. Let's walk the knees in. Sit down over the heels and come up to a seated position. Taking a moment to catch your breath, to recenter, hands to the heart. With an inhale, circle the arms up to the top. Reaching up. And exhale down. Good. Inhale up to the top. And exhale down. Very nice. Rock it to one side or the other so you can bring your legs forward. Scooching up to the top. We're going to work into some core here. So let's drop down onto the elbows, okay? So when we bring our legs up, just like in half boat, we want them at about 90, okay? And think about the legs glued in place just like this, and the only way you can move them is from your hips. Not by going like this, by going like this, okay? So let's keep going back and forth. This is gonna get into the core for us. You'll start to feel it after a few. Trying to keep those legs at the right angle, 90 degrees. Every time you lower that leg, you should feel the belly tighten up a little bit. As we keep going here, you'll start to feel it even more. And we're gonna add on here in just a moment. Let's get in 5 more on both legs, okay? Starting now, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Both legs, tap it down and up, down and up. Check if your palms are flat, it helps you. Bring it down and up and down and up. 3 more, just like this. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Straight legs. Tapping the heels this time. Bring it down and up. Down and up. So here's our inhale, lowering, exhale, lifting. 3 more. Beautiful job. Lower down. Turn your head left and right. You're feeling like you need a little release for the neck. Okay? Let's rock it left and right. This softens the belly. And as we place our hands to our knees, we're going to push the knees away from us a little bit so we can get that sacrum flat against the floor. So find that space where you can get that sacrum down against the mat. And we're going to do some small circles. Just massaging, relaxing around the pelvis here. Let's rock it back and forth. Doing some smaller circles. Come back to center. We're going to send the right leg up to the sky. Hold on to the calf with both hands. Widen your elbows. And that left leg is going to come all the way up to straight. Hovering. Take an inhale and exhale up to crunch. Pull that leg in. And hold it right here. Good. And switching sides. Very nice. Lowering down. Again, turning the head if you need to. And let's drop the legs all the way to the right. Reclining and twisting. A little soft bend in your knees helps you to relax around your hips a little bit more. Okay? So as we twist over the mat with the upper body, the left side of the ribs will come back down onto the mat. And then you could bring the arms out to a T. Just twisting as deeply as you comfortably can. If this isn't happening, then you can just kind of turn to your side. Just make yourself as comfortable as you can here, okay? We're starting to cool down, getting ready for our rest. Spending a moment or two longer here. Rock it over to the left side. Again, little bend in the knees is nice to keep the pelvis relaxed. Back to center. So here we want to kind of line up the hips and the back again, make some adjustments so you're straight on the floor, and the legs can go long. So here, before you settle into Shavasana, I always give my students a moment to do a check-in. So that's where they just kind of scan the body, feel if your body needs anything else before you're ready to complete your workout. So just take a moment, pause it if you like, and stretch out in any way that you need to before you're ready to come into Shavasana, okay? When you're finally ready to come into Shavasana, we want to have the feet turned out a little bit, arms to the sides. You can scoop your shoulder blades underneath you if you like. And we close the eyes and we try to relax the eyes and we try to relax the jaw. And we try to become soft and heavy against the floor. So feel the points of your body that are touching your mat. And with every exhale, try to release a little bit more heaviness into those areas. Tuning in on a deeper level to your breathing. Coming back into the center of your body. Pausing as long as you need to as you rest. When you're ready to start moving out of Shavasana, you can wiggle fingers and toes. Turning onto your side is a nice transition on the way up to seated. So when you're ready to come up to seated, use your top hand, press it into the floor to help you back up to your seated position. And we end class where we began, seated upright. So shoulders over the hips. We lift the ribs, we relax the tops of the shoulders. Take a moment of reflection, if you would like, upon your practice. And just recognize shifts in your body's energy, physical sensations you're feeling, and the perspective changes in your mind. Inhale to the top. Palms come together, and an exhale out. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe if you like how I teach so you can follow along with the next